Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today what we are going to be going over is the latest Fox News article. A Biden confidant or multiple confidants have reported that the VP list has narrowed down to two finalists. And those two finalists are Kamala Harris, the senator from California and former presidential candidate, and former national security advisor Susan Rice. These two candidates both have their pluses and minuses in bringing a different style to the ticket. Susan Rice does have a closer connection to Biden, so she is, in my opinion, going to likely be more charismatic around Biden. However, Kamala Harris, she could likely bring in a new wave of Democratic politics that Susan Rice generally would not bring, as Susan Rice is more of an insider, and despite Kamala Harris kind of not being, she is somewhat an insider in her own right. I generally don't think she is, but she is more of an insider than Susan Rice. So what we're going to look at is the electoral map and how it would look and how it would change based on these vice presidential picks. So in the basic electoral map, these would be all of the safe states, and that would also include Maine's first. Biden would have 159. Oh, sorry, I always forget about New York. I don't know why, but Biden would have 188 electoral votes. For Trump, his safe states would be around the same. Actually, it's not around the same. He would have 94 electoral votes. This is mainly due to the fact that in recent polling, Joe Biden is leading in a lot of these battleground states by significant margins. He's leading by Florida, and he's leading by 8 points in Florida. He's leading by, he's tied essentially in Georgia, in Texas. Trump is very narrowly winning the states of, Missouri and Iowa and Ohio, in Montana. These are all states in play already. Going into the likely states for Biden as of this moment, Colorado would be likely, along with the state of Nevada, Minnesota, Michigan, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Maine at large, along with the state of Virginia. And I believe that's it for Trump-lean states: Montana, Missouri, Mississippi, South Carolina, and Alaska would all be likely states. Alaska is actually one state that I believe the Trump administration hasn't really been focusing a huge amount on. And because of that, I think Alaska could be a lot closer than a lot of people are predicting in 2020. Going into the lean Biden states, we have the state of Florida, we have the state of North Carolina, Wisconsin, Arizona, and the Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District. For Trump-lean states, I'm going to give the state of Ohio, the state of Iowa, and Georgia. For tilt Democratic states, we're going to have Maine's 2nd Congressional District. And for tilt Republican states, we're going to have Texas, which might seem a little weird, but generally I think that it will be a very hotly contentious state on the day. However, when we have Susan Rice as the vice presidential pick, a lot of these states are going to change, and not necessarily for the better. The state of Texas, I think, could go to a lean margin. The state of Indiana, I do see actually improving for Joe Biden. However, in the states of Pennsylvania and New Hampshire, I definitely see it narrowing up a little bit, along with the state of North Carolina and Florida. However, in the state of Maine, their 2nd Congressional District, I think would go to a lean, actually a likely margin, sorry. And then at large, would go to safe. In Ohio, I think it could lean, get a little closer. And in the state of Nevada, I think it could additionally get a little closer, along with in New Mexico. that would generally not necessarily change the electoral map too much or too significantly. Mainly, I think that she would really empower the Republican base all across the nation significantly. So this is why she hasn't really improved a lot of the numbers. However, she is a black woman of color, and she might, bring out black turnout, since generally it has been proven that, if you have a black person on the ticket, black turnout would improve by 5%, no matter what. So, because of that, I think this would be the map if Susan Rice were to be Biden's VP. Now, going into the map, if Kamala Harris were to be the VP, Florida would be lean. So would North Carolina. The state of Michigan could go safe along, actually not safe, likely. New Hampshire would go back to likely. Maine's 2nd congressional district, I could actually see it flipping to Donald Trump back into a lean characterization. I don't think she really has a huge appeal up there. Yeah, the state of Pennsylvania, I could see going back to a likely margin. The state of Nevada could go to likely, and even the state of Arizona. I think she really does appeal to those West Coast folks. Texas would probably narrow back up again to a tilt margin, along with the state of Georgia, and even South Carolina could be a lean state. The state of Indiana could go back to a safe margin for President Trump. However, I do think the state of Ohio would go to a very, very tilt, super close margin to Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. She does kind of appeal to, the white working class in a way that I think a lot of other candidates do not. And she might be able to push Joe Biden over the finish line and kind of bringing a somewhat younger, fresher face to the Democratic primary, or the Democratic Party, sorry, that Barack Obama kind of did back in 2008 and 2012. So this would be the electoral map if Susan Rice and Joe Biden would be the vice presidential picks. This was based off of, Biden insiders saying that Joe Biden has kind of narrowed the shortlist for VP down to Susan Rice and Kamala Harris. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you agree or disagree with any of my predictions, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and see you later.